My name is Josh McCreevy. I am so excited to have you all here at the Ultimate Realtor Success Summit. And I'm extremely excited to introduce our next speaker. His name is Randy Garn. He's a Utah native. This guy has accomplished incredible things in his life. He won Entrepreneur of the Year from Ernst & Young. He's won the 40 Under 40. And he works with a lot of incredible people like Tony Robbins, Ed Mylett, all of these amazing business people to help them with their relationships in business, getting key strategies taken care of so that they can win in business. I do have a quick story about Randy. So 4.5 years ago, I was in a corporate job and in commercial real estate lending, and I was driving an hour to work. Wasn't really loving my job. I was listening to a podcast with Dean Graziosi, and Randy Garn was his guest. And as I was driving, he was telling this story about a business relationship. And this business relationship, he was like, hey, I can't actually come. I've got my son or whatever. And he's like, hey, no problem. Let's go to my fishing spot. And you bring your kid, I'll bring mine. And we'll go on this trip together. And I was like, I will never, ever be able to do that in my current business situation. So I called my wife. I was like, hey, I think I'm going to quit my job today. And she's like, cool, do it. You hate it, I get it. I told her the whole story. She's like, you're not on the right path. So because of Randy and his example of what business can actually take you to become, I quit my job, and now we're all here doing this awesome stuff together, learning and growing and developing. So without further ado, I want to introduce Randy Garn.
Country labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing, but give it to the
What's up, Scott?
spread it across the
Dude,
country.
Josh, you're the man. I'm just glad Josh is alive. I mean, it's crazy. Are you guys ready to get rowdy today? Listen, let's bring some energy up. I want you guys, listen, let's jump up a little bit. Let's get some energy flowing. We got to get this going. Today's the day. No, more than that. More than that. Let's go. Come on, jump up. Let's do this. Get some energy going here. We got this. All right, you guys. I'm going to be very interactive today. So I'm probably going to come down and ask you some questions. So be ready. All right? So I want you guys, you're here because of United Home Lending and you're growing your businesses, right? So I want to give you some strategies that have really helped me just explode in business and life. And I really want you guys, I want to just give you guys everything I've got today. I've only got an hour, so take some good notes. And I've got a gift for you guys at the end as well. So it'll be super fun. How many of you guys, I would love to hear from you guys. What business are you in? What business are you guys in? Okay, hold on. What is it? Services? Okay. Hold on. I'm going to get in here. Okay. You say services. Okay. Who else? What else? What other business are we in? Okay. Right here. Okay. You go. What's your name?
Amy Moody.
Amy Moody. She says relationship. Who else? What else you got? Who's in the real estate business? You're in the people business. Okay. All right. What else? Anybody else have anything? Marketing. Okay. You got to know marketing. You got to know sales, right? What else? Technology? Why technology? Who said that? Giftology. Oh, giftology. Okay. Do you use giftology? Oh, yeah. My buddy Josh is the man. He started the company. It's great. Like giftology, like really building relationships, doing things, right? So I really want to get into what I call the velocity of relationships today. I want to see if this is, do I got to point this somewhere to move it forward? Let's see. Maybe I got to be up here on stage. Bam, bam. Okay. It's not advancing here. So, what do we got, Coach? Am I on? Check, baby, check, baby. All right. Let's see if we can move it now. There we go. All right. So, it's interesting. I wanted to share with you guys really a lot of the things that I've learned over my years. It really is. There may be one conversation that will change your life forever. And so I want to make sure if you take notes and you listen deeply to what I say, I promise you, if you'll implement these things, it will help you really take advantage of a lot of the things in your life. So I've had a lot of really interesting discussions. And really what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is who's been a domino in your life. What's one discussion that actually changed the trajectory of your life? I want you guys to be thinking about that as I share today. I want to share this really quickly. Can we play this real fast? Any Formula One fans in here? Okay. Who's going to Vegas in November? Anybody? All right, it's gonna be rowdy.
But Holland comes in for a pit stop.
This is
time
Formula
to refuel
1,
and change
1950s.
tires.
I want you guys to watch this
Newmore
really
himself
quick.
changes the tires. Only 4 crew members, including the driver, are allowed to work on the car. It's a tense time.
So this
Holland stays in his seat,
This
anxious
is the
to get away.
1950s, and
Let's
this was
watch.
the fastest Formula One in history. They're like, dude, we are flying, we are cruising. I mean, think about your teams right now. Who do you have on your team? Let's think about your operations person. Let's think about your marketing person. Whether they're in-house or outside, you know. Is it like, think about how we grow relationships and build our team like crazy, right? Is it the 1950s? Listen to this. You got a guy giving him water. Another guy, he's got his sledgehammer cranking on the wheel. Kink, kink, trying to get it off here. You got, I mean, this is like, I want you to think about how you go fast in your business, how you build fast, meaningful relationships in everything that you're doing. So, I'm supposed to
The
say
tires
this,
are changed at last. A
Okay, listen
crewman
to how
polishes the
fast.
windshield as Holland moves away just 67 seconds after he stopped.
How fast? 67. I mean, we're the type of people, we sit at the microwave and we're like, come on, hurry, let's go. You got to think of it. Now watch this. Is this your team? Is this your team? Is this your speed? Is this how fast relationships can go? How many people do you have? What do you need to continue to grow and scale revenue and top line? Watch these guys. And this is 2013. I mean, are you kidding me? Forget about it. Let's see it again, coach. Go to 147. Let's see it again. Hold on. Go back. You can go right to 147. Go back. So, did you see? I want you guys to watch this one more time. Which team are you? 1950s? I want you to know, are you 1950s or are you today? Watch this. 147. Get it right on there, coach. Here we go. It's coming. Watch this. I watch it close. I don't want you to miss it. It's coming in hot. It's coming in hot. It's going. Okay, right there, coach. I want you guys to think about how fast you need to go today. Look at it. Bam. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, let's go. It's even faster today. So I want you guys to be think about your businesses. How do I go to the next slide here? So crank me over to the next slide here. So give me some examples. What made the difference? What made the difference between the 1950s and today? Technology. What else? Efficiency. Okay, the number of people on your team. Okay, how many of you right now are looking for people to help you grow and scale? You know, some of you may not be. Like I just like what I do, and I'm just going to grow myself. But to continue to scale and grow, you do need, whether it's in-house or out-house, you're going to need to build meaningful relationships. So I'm really going to talk today. One of the things that I've dedicated my life to is what is the velocity of relationships? How do you think about your relationships with your partners, with your family, with your business leaders, with others? Why are relationships so important in your business? I'd like to hear. Who wants to share? Why is it so critical to have deep, meaningful relationships? Okay. Okay, why?
They give you purpose.
Okay, like people are important, right? They give you purpose.
They are your business.
Okay, they are your business. And I want you guys to share this. This is my, let me see, I don't know why this clicker's not working. Am I not pointing in the right place? Let's see, all right. So you want to advance it for me, or we'll see what we can do. All right, so this is my dad, and he has seriously been my hero my whole entire life. He was a high school football coach for 34 years. He's the most winning coach in Idaho. And we would literally, when we were growing up, we had a cattle ranch, and he was a high school football coach. And so we would wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and we would go out and feed the cows, then he would go coach football. During the summers, we'd go fly fishing and have a blast. I really had the best childhood growing up. Like I had an amazing dad that was so engaged with my life. And he was just, he's on hospice right now, so I'm getting a little, but he is just amazing, amazing human. And he shared with me some things that I want to share with you guys. When we would get in the truck, I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, We would put in Jim Rohn, we'd put in Zig Ziglar, we'd put in Dennis Whiteley, we'd put in all of these greats. And I always said one day I'm going to build the biggest coaching and training company in the nation. And we ended up doing that. But here's some of the things I want to share with you that my dad helped instill with me that allows me to sit on some pretty powerful boards, that allows me to be business partners with Dean and Tony, that allows me to like do some really, really fun stuff. It's because of the principles I'm going to teach you today. Is that people are always more important than things. Never forget that. People are always more important than things. If you get your people right and get your people strategy right in your relationships, you will be like that team that was going super fast. I promise you. That is some of the velocity of relationships. The other thing that I want you guys to remember too is he said this. When I was actually coming, I lived in the Philippines for a couple years, and I came home and I was jumping right into college. I had 4 days before I went to college. And I remember coming down the shaggy stairs in my home in Sugar City, Idaho. Anybody from Idaho in here? It's a very sweet place. But I come down these huge shaggy carpets. I have my suitcase ready. I'm heading off to college. My dad grabs me by the face. And he says, Randy, I want you to know that, and always remember that if you don't have your own goals, then someone else will use you for theirs. So as I'm talking today, a lot of people have business strategy. I am a business strategist. I went to college for entrepreneurship and business strategy. And that is what I focused on. A lot of people have a great business strategy, but not a lot of people focus on what's so important is this human strategy. Who are the people that you need? Who are you doing life with? You know, we had Melinda here, and I've been out to UWM several times. I freaking love their culture. I went out there and watched Tony get their whole entire office just rallying. I think there's 10,000 people there, Melinda. It's just crazy awesome. And Matt has done such a great job with his culture and everything. And you know, Josh, I love what he's doing at Ultimate Home Lending. It's just the culture that Josh does. Can we give it up for Josh, dude? Where's he at? It is freaking amazing. And I talked to Josh, and I'm like, dude, Josh, what are your goals? And he said, I just want to build massive, meaningful relationships. And he has a model called CARE. Do you guys know what CARE stands for? What does it stand for? Create, abundant. We got abundant in there. So it's not career. It's create, abundant. Can you guys say this with me? Create, abundant, referable experiences. All right, one more time. Create, abundant, referable experiences. Because everything I'm going to talk today about is the experience economy. And what the experience economy means and what it does. How you use the experience economy to create transformation, which builds deep, meaningful relationships. Too many times in life, we are literally just snorkeling with our relationships. We're literally just snorkeling with those. But what I want you guys to do from now on is to really scuba dive with those people that mean the most for you and that do the most for you. I want you guys right now, as I think about the people in your life, I'm going to challenge you right now to write down the top 25 people in your life and business. I want you to write that down. Who are the people that you want to meet? When I sold my first company, a really good mentor of mine said, Randy, people are everything. And he said, I want you to take, and I'm just teaching you guys what made the biggest impact for me, this one little leverage, this one little discussion. He said, who are the top 25 people that you want to do business with now? I had some time to think about it. I had a minute to take my foot off the gas and really think about what do I want to be and who do I want to be with the rest of my life. It matters. Who is your people strategy? In my cell phone, my wife loves this, I have my top 25 favorites. If you're in there, you're going to get a call from me. You're going to get text from me. You're important to me. We're doing business and life together. Who are the top 25 people in your life? Who are the top 25 people that you want to be with and spend time with? I want you guys, by the end of this week, by the end of this day, write those top 25 people down. And then I want you to talk and look at your calendar. I want you to look at your time. I want you to look at everything, and I want you to do an audit. Am I spending the most meaningful time with those people that matter most to me? Okay? Will you guys do that? Everybody say yes. Yes. I want you guys to do that one thing, that one trick. Who is driving revenue for you? Do the hardest things first. You know what I did? I went and I actually took 6 months to find out about these 25 people that I love, liked, and respect. You know what I found out? Out of the 25 people, there were 8 of them that weren't even real. And I'm like, I don't even want to go to dinner with them. My goal is, like, if I don't want to hang out with them or go to dinner with them or be with them, I usually don't do business with them. All right, so think about that. I also used to say, a lot of people used to say, hey, Randy, don't ever work with your family and your friends. Guess what I do? I only work with the best of the best. I only work with people that I love, like, and respect. It makes my life so much easier, but I want to make sure they're competent, right? You got to have really competent, great friends. Like, I love my mom to death, but I wouldn't have her run my business, right? So, you know, find those friends and find those business partners that really can make a lift and a difference. Anybody here done the whole enchilada or pork? Anybody here mountain bikers in here? We got Kenny back there. I know Kenny is. Who else? Who have any? Talk to me. How's mountain biking? Is it rowdy? Is it fun? Have you done the whole enchilada? You haven't done the whole enchilada yet. Anybody in here done the whole enchilada before? All right, my man back there. Dude, Josh has. Josh, how is it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Check.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's incredibly hard is what I should say.
How long is it?
What is it, 8 hours, 7 hours?
30 miles.
It's like 30 miles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think of it in time-wise because I'm slower. Yeah, so it's super hard, but it's a fun trail.
Yeah, this lady can do it in 8 hours. I mean, it's amazing. So, listen, it is. And it's like 3 miles up, and it's 27 miles down. So here I am, a stump jumping Irishman from Idaho. Like, my buddies are all mountain biking pros. I was getting ready for the Kona Half Ironman, and all of them then, this was a few years ago, this is right before COVID hit, and all these guys have done it a ton of times. So there were 8 of them, 8 CEOs that are just like impeccable mountain bikers. I've only mountain biked like 5 or 6 times in my life. But I love road biking. I love to get in the saddle. I love every morning just getting out, getting some fresh air. And they invited me to go with them. I'm like, dude, 30 miles, that's a piece of cake. I usually like knock out 30 to 60 miles every morning. Like, it's just like, yeah, dude, my heart can take it. Like, we got this. You know, but what I didn't know was some of the challenges that come from it. So it was 3 miles straight up and 27 miles downhill. So here I am, like these guys are just booking. I'm like, the very first, I'm like going for it. I'm trying to keep up with them. All of a sudden, I'm like, these guys are just like bunny rabbits. And I get up to the top, and they're like waiting for me for a little bit, a couple minutes, maybe 5, 6 minutes. I'm a little bit behind them, and they're like, okay, Garn, now we're going downhill for next 27 miles. I'm like, downhill? This is going to be awesome. I'll be like a little joyride. I mean, this is what we were rocking through. This is some of the stuff that we were doing. And this is how I felt right here. I mean, it was bananas. And you think about this, and I want to talk with you guys about why relationships are important and why guided transformation is so important. Is that I got up there and I literally was killing myself. I was looking at the road. I was going off rocks. There was a point where a huge stick went right through my gluteus maximus. I pull it out. I spit. I'm like, oh, gosh. Got so mad. And all of a sudden, Joe came up to me. He grabbed me by the face. And he said, Randy, you got to slow down, dude. You're going to kill yourself. And I'm like, I know I am. Look at me. I'm a mess. And he's like, no, Randy, look at me. And he grabbed my face, just like I'm grabbing your face right now. And he said, Randy, look at the trail. And I'm like, there's a trail? I was like, does it look like there's a trail there? Like, no, there's no trail. So I'd been going for 6 miles, not even knowing where the criminy I was, trying to keep up with these guys. They're like, where's Garn? I'm like in the sagebrush. Oh, I hate this. Call the helicopter. Where's my sat phone? You know, it's crazy. So he grabs me and he goes, no, Randy, look. There's a line. And is this right? When you're doing this, on this trail, I had no idea, there was a tiny little line that gave me perfect direction on where to go. So I was literally there's a pretty big path, but there's a perfect line that you'd go. So I was going off jumps that I wasn't supposed to be going off of. And I'm like, I got 6 kids at home. I am literally going to die. So we get up there, and this is victory. This is me at the top, like right when we're getting ready to go down. We have about another 12 miles or so to go down Porcupine. and all that. So what happened? The very first, I freaking hated it. It was miserable, right? It was hard. Until I had a really awesome guide come grab my face, be like, Randy, let me help this be enjoyable for you. Let me show you exactly how this is done. And quit being like a grasshopper, great on takeoff, you never know where you're gonna land. Like, it was crazy. So I got it dialed in. The other thing that I didn't have my pressure right. So I literally was bouncing all over the place. And when you're going downhill, you want to be fairly stiff. I had no idea. I had a brand new bike. I didn't know. So you have to think about that as you're building your business. You have to think about how fast are things going today. Who do you have as mentors? Who do you have as guides? Are you using Josh and his systems? Are you using the teams that really help you build that? So I really want to get into what I love is really good business principles. I'm not up here to be a motivational speaker. I'm here to teach you guys real correct principles. This is the progression of economic value. Now, when I did grad school and went, like Joseph Pine came and talked to our class, he wrote a book called The Experience Economy. And I love it because it's exactly what Josh teaches with care. What is the last E? Experiences. And I will tell you guys that you have to, when you're dealing with people, we are in the people business, okay? If you look at this, and I think I have a pointer here. If you look at this, on this side, you've got commodities, goods, services, experiences, and then the last one is guided transformation right here. So somebody in here said, how many of you guys offer a service right now? Raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand if you offer a service. How many of you offer a good? Do you have any books or training or, oils, essential oils or anything? Like those are goods, right? So you have to think about, what do I offer? You have to think about, commodities. So if you look at this, what do you offer? If you just think you're a service company, you're going to be just like everybody else. You're going to be in the market for price, price, and price. You're just going to be like, they're going to go with you because they like you, but you're just a service. So how do you differentiate that? How do you make it be an experience, right? When I was mountain biking, I literally got locked in and I was having a full outer body experience because all of a sudden it got so fun. I was like, the rest like 20 miles down. So it's like, how do you do that and build that up? And really the last part of this is the guided transformation. So in your businesses, I want you to think right now, because I'm going to ask you questions. How many of you right now create an experience with your business? And what do you do? Okay? I'm going to ask you in a minute, but I want some really good people. I'm going to have a couple of you come up on stage. All right? What do you do to differentiate yourself in the marketplace? Strategy is not what makes you more of the same. Strategy is what makes you different in whatever business you're in. That's from Michael Porter. Okay? So Joseph Pine did this in 1993, and he came and talked. This is the experience economy. What are you doing to differentiate yourself so people love you? And I always say, if they like you, they'll listen to you. If they trust you, they will buy from you. If they have an experience with you, they will never, ever leave you. But if you transform and change their life, they will become a disciple of yours and refer everyone to you. Joan is amazing. Stephanie is the best. Like, you don't want to do anybody else for your title. You don't want to do anybody else to buy your real estate. Like, you got to talk to this guy, Josh. Dude, he actually sent me a box of cookies and never forgot my birthday. Like, I want you guys to, again, we're not snorkeling it. We're snorkeling now with relationships. Like, how do you go faster? And it is about how you drive relationships. How many of you know this company? Anybody? What is this company? Okay, Build-A-Bear. Anybody been there? Do you still have your bear? You still have your bear? Yeah, what's the name of your bear? All right. But your son has it now. Okay. I still have my bear. I'm going to tell you an experience. So, as I went through here with Build-A-Bear, I have 6 kids and I have 2 sets of twins. It's like herding cats in my house. It is so fun. And my wife always says, I've got 7 kids with you. I mean, that's how she always, my wife is the bomb. She's the cutest ever. So my girls want to go to Build-A-Bear, and they want to invite some of their friends. So they invite, I say, all right, how much are bears? How much do bears cost at like Walmart or Target or something? What do they usually cost? Like say anywhere between 8, 15, maybe 20 bucks or so. So I'm like, all right, you know, I'm thinking of budget and like, all right, let's go girls, let's go to Build-A-Bear. Let's get a cake, let's go to Build-A-Bear. All of a sudden, I've got 18 9-year-old girls. I got 18 of them. I mean, who's got a calculator in here? Like for real, I'm like, all right, let's go. I mean, I want to be the cool dad. These are the most important relationships in my life, right? I'm taking them and we're having an experience. So we go to Build-A-Bear. What happens at Build-A-Bear? What do? You pick out what? You pick out the animal. Like I did a dog. I still have my dog Tigger. Like I did an animal. You pick out the color. You pick out what else? The stuffing. Do you want it soft or hard? Or it's like, what do you want it to be? You pick out the what? The buttons, the nose, the outfit. And I'm like, okay, like let's keep, and I'm having a blast. I'm like, this is awesome, dude. I'm building my own dog. I'm here with the girls. They're having a blast. And all of a sudden, what's the very last thing you do before you sew it up? What do? Anybody know? You put a heart in the bear. It becomes yours. It becomes alive. It is like sticking that. I get to pick a heart, of course. Boink, stick it in there. And I go to check out. All of a sudden, it's like bing, 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 bing. What do you think? What do you think that came to you? How much? How much for? Like you think about that. But at the same time, was I okay to pay that $5,000? Like, I mean, was it okay? Absolutely. I would do it all day long. My kids are smiling. They're happy. Their friends are happy. So it's just like, whatever, you know, let's go, let's do this. So you just think about that. Like, are you putting a heart in your business? Are you just a teddy bear, or are you creating a massive, massive experience with those that associate with you every single day in every single action? Okay? I think I might have the wrong deck here. But anyways, I'm going to go back to this right here. I want you guys to look at this, the progression of economic value. Is when you're doing this, what happens when you create more experiences with the price? Does it go up or down? It goes up. The same as the better you create better experiences and people start referring a ton of business to you, you will start making more money. You either start charging more or you start having more business, and then guess what else you have to do? You have to start growing your team. You have to start scaling. You have to start doing guided transformation. So I want a couple of people who does transformation in their company and what do they do? Who wants to come up here on stage and tell us what you do in your business to be like totally differentiated? Who can share with me? Who wants to come up? Bring somebody up. Don't be shy. Don't be cheap on me. Let's get somebody up here. And you can do it from your seat, too, if you want to. Come on up here. This young lady right here. Get on up here. Yes, is it Brooke? All right. All right, tell me what you do. Tell me what you're doing. Yeah, bring that mic around. Anybody, any thoughts or ideas? What do you do to differentiate yourself? Let's go. We all know.
Hi, I'm Crystal. I'm the high-heeled realtor.
Hey, can we give it up for Crystal real fast? Yeah, Crystal, let's go. Let's go. Hey, Crystal, where are you from?
I'm from Utah.
Okay, and what do?
I make people enjoy their dreams and help achieve that by educating them and doing it a little different. I'm crazier than anybody in this room, and I am the most tenacious realtor in Utah, and I prove it every day by walking in their shoes in my high heels.
Dude, I love it. Can we give it up for Crystal? All right, no, hold on, Crystal. Hold on, you're not done. I need exactness. What exactly do you do? I mean, do you wear my high heels? You wear their high heels? Like, what do you do to separate yourself from everybody else and create experiences?
Whatever it takes to get the deal and your happiness there. So if I have to walk in your shoes, okay, they're a little flat for me. But anyways, it's really about the experience with my clients. I Facebook stalk them, I social media stalk them, whatever they got going on their life. I want to be a part of that. And so I'm like showing up at their kids' soccer game. Weird. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. They're going to win the championship. And they're like, I can't believe you even remembered my kid is playing today. That's what I do. And I also work super closely with other realtors that bring something to my game that I don't have. Like my closest one, she's the best stager ever. I love her. And sometimes I have tough properties or tough clients, and I rely on them to help me make the experience enjoyable for my clients.
I love it. Can we give it up for Crystal real quick? And that is, seriously, it is. And listen, write this down. Write this down. Little things don't mean a lot. Little things mean everything when it comes to creating those relationships. Little things don't mean a lot. Little things mean everything when you're doing that. You know, I try to do the same. Like, it's the little things, right, Crystal? You're already showing up. You're at the grocery store with them. You're like, dude, I know who my clients are. And even if you get even more specific and write down that top 100 list and go deep with it, I promise you, you will increase your revenues at tenfold. Okay? Who else has an example, an idea they'd like to share? What are some of the little things you may do that you could share with the group? We're going to do some group learning here. Who else? I got a microphone that's going around. Anybody else want to share? My man right here, give me your name.
It's Brandon Thomas.
Brandon Thomas, okay? Can we give it up for Brandon real quick? Let's do this. Let's go. All right. Talk to me. What do you do? Stand up and share with the group here.
All right. So my sister and I are a team. We've been in business for 15 years, and she's a decorator and I'm a handyman, and we spend hours. Our client experience starts usually a week to 3 months before they're ready to list. But our homes look phenomenal, and we build relationships that they always come back to us. We're part of their family. We do so much for them. So.
Okay, what are some of the little things you may do that actually help set you apart? Anything specific?
Well, there's lots of things, but on that note, I think just helping people to focus in on really what needs to be done, because people don't know.
Yeah.
And to be that guide for them, to be able to help them look at their home through a buyer's eyes, and then to be able to help them play out the whole experience. So she, like I said, she does all the staging. I do the handyman work, and we tear out walls. We've hung pictures. We've taken them shopping to Home Goods. That's a big one.
Dude, that is a huge one.
Yeah,
like taking them shopping. Like, they're going to spend time with you, right?
Yeah, we love to spend other people's money. I mean,
I love it. So you're creating, like, you're really creating that guided transformation that I'm talking about.
We've had clients at Home Goods start crying because their husbands never let them spend the money like that.
I know, dude. Let's go, dude. You're making everybody happy.
And we love it.
Let's go.
I mean, they're smiling and they're happy, and yeah, they never forget. So
I love it, dude. Let's give it up for this good man right here. So I want you to think about that. Is like one of the things that I've learned from Tony as well is that he doesn't motivate, he doesn't educate, he actually transforms people's lives in a big way. And so it's like, what can you do to transform people's lives? My dad, one of the other things that he would always say is, Randy, do as much as you can for as many people as you can, as often as you can, and expect nothing in return. Do as much as you can, as often as you can, for as many people as you can, and expect nothing in return, and watch what will happen to you. Like, it is so fun now. Like, I love it. I've learned to literally serve before I sell. And you think about how you can differentiate yourself. I do a ton of texts. I actually journal every single night. I have 3 things that I do every single night. I ask, what miracles did I see in my life today? And then I write down, what are the top 5 things that I have to do tomorrow? And then I write down, who are 5 people that need me on my A game. It has changed everything. And guess what else it's changed? It's changed my heart. And it's made me love and give and serve. And like, there's so much abundance right now. Like, it's so fun to live this way. Do as much as you can for as many people as you can, as often as you can, and expect nothing in return. And watch what will happen. You do those little things. You watch for them on Instagram or Facebook, or know that, hey, their son was hurt in an accident. Do something nice for their son. You know, text them, be like, hey, I hope Johnny's okay. If something's going on great, if they just had a daughter graduate, find out what matters most to your clients. A really good friend of mine, Brandon Steiner, I was on his advisory board. He owns Steiner Sports. He's one of the first guys to do memorabilia. I was on his board for 9 years, ended up selling the company to Omnicom, and now he has a really great company called Collectibles Exchange. He was the very first guy to do memorabilia. So I had a big client that I was working on with our company, and I went into his office, and I remember this like it was yesterday. I go into his office, and I just see all this Yankee stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I'm like, perfect. I know how to get Yankee stuff. I'll give Brandon a call. So we sit in there, and I listen to him about what his needs are. I could tell that he's like, Randy, I just have a little bit of time. I have so much going on. This is a multi-billion-dollar plus company that we're working with and doing some things with. I knew I probably had 15, 20 minutes with him. And all of a sudden, I listened to what I'd learned from Brandon and Harvey McKay and other things on relationships. And I literally just asked him, I said, John, how are you doing? And he literally sat back, and he's like, as the CEO of this company, you're the first person that's actually asked me that in probably like 3 or 4 years. And he said, you know what? Today is actually a really hard day. My son was just diagnosed with leukemia, and I can't even think straight. And it's 2008. You guys all know what happened in 2008. It was a crisis. He's trying to figure out what to do culturally with his company and with either layoffs or pay grade changes and everything else. And so I said, John, I would love to do business with you. I'd love nothing more than do it, but it seems like right now, what are your biggest needs? How could I best serve you and help you? And he said, you know what, right now, I'm just so thankful that you're here as a friend, what you're doing, and that you actually asked me that. He said, I'd love to do business with you. And he said, guess what? Let's set up another time where I can be focused and we can meet. That was a huge win, right? So I loved the meeting. I'm like, Brandon, dude, I just met with John. He's got Yankee stuff all over. He even had a big thing on top of his wall that said, thank God that, I'm thankful that God made me a Yankee on the top of his, like there. I was just like, okay. And he's like, tell me about the meeting. How did it go? I was like, well, it was good. And this was young. I was like 25, 26 years old, like building this company. And I said, he's a massive Yankees fan. And I said, let's have Jeter sign something, or let's have Mariano Rivera sign something. He's like, well, tell me a little bit more. What's going on in his life? And I said, his son was just diagnosed with leukemia. He's like, dude, don't do anything for him. Let's do something awesome for his son. He's like, I got Mariano Rivera coming here next week. Let's do a little special thing. We had him sign a personalized bat for his son. And then Mariano Rivera left a video message that I was able to deliver with that. And my next meeting, I delivered that. Do you think that guy became a client? Yeah. Did I differentiate myself from everyone else that he was working with? That's what I'm saying. Little things mean everything when it comes to building these deep, meaningful relationships. And it doesn't need to be a big client like that. It's like, how do you get into that guided transformation so everybody knows your name? It doesn't matter who you know. It's who knows you and what they say about you when you're not around. That's the most important. And how do you get your head in a space to be able to do that kind of stuff? How do you become the Build-A-Bear of your industry so that everybody loves you? Now, I want to share with you guys real quick. I work with Tony, and we're helping launch. And this is actually so new. This is 40 years of his best work that I'm going to share with you guys, a gift that we're going to be able to give you guys. And I'm so thankful that Josh allowed us to do this. In fact, we kicked this off with UWM, and we just did it. The only other people we've done it with is with Silicon Slopes last week when Tony was out here. Anybody see Tony at Silicon Slopes? Anybody make it out there? It's amazing. So a few. So this would be great. So, just amazing. So I want to share with you this story from Travis Boersma. He is the founder and CEO of a company called Dutch Brothers. How many of you like Dutch Brothers at all? It's a great, amazing, one of the top franchises in the nation. It is growing and scaling like crazy. So again, him and his brother, he is from Grants Pass, Oregon. I've met Travis and talked with him, and we've heard his story. In fact, me and Kenny, we have an awesome just story of his, is that Travis Boersma, he and his brother were partners, business partners, and his brother got diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, and him and his brother were about ready to shut things down. They were in a spot where they're just like, my gosh, we are where we're at as a company. We're going through some really hard times financially. My brother's diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, and they got an invite to go to UPW. And I'm telling you what, if you have not been to UPW, it's Unleash the Power Within. It is one of the best things I would recommend to everybody to go to. And especially during this time of stuff that we're going through right now, especially during this season, it will change everything for you. Just one little thing. So he's at UP, he's with his brother, they get this invitation, and his brother can't talk at the time. And his brother's like, you need to go here. You need to go to this. When Travis went there, it's a 4-day immersive training to really all these business strategies that really help you. And Tony's more when you go, it's really like, how do I become the best version of myself? So Travis went there, some huge epiphanies came. And this is what he said. He said, Randy, when I went, I finally realized, when I went to Unleash the Power Within seminar from Tony's event, we realized we weren't in the beverage business, but the relationship business. And today we have over 701 stores in 14 states with 150 more by the end of 2023. We've recently reached out to them. They're well over 800. They're like a $6+ billion market cap. He took the company public. From being ready to shut things down in a few years, just exploding like that. That's what I want you guys to know. It's like, what can I do more? How can I be more? What can I do better? So we have got some really good things. So I want you guys to think about the velocity of relationship. I also want you guys to think about this too as you're doing this. One thing that I've learned in my life is to treat the taxi driver or the Uber driver the same as the CEO. Like, you never know in your life who the treasure map to the treasurer is. Who is the treasure map to the treasure? And I'm going to tell you a quick personal story. When we were about ready to sell our company, we had tons, in 2007, we had tons of people. We were on Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year. We had 900 employees. We were scaling and growing like crazy. We went out to a banker. We said, dude, we want to actually take this thing either public, raise some capital for growth. We'd never raised any capital. We picked an awesome banker. We went through the whole process. We narrowed down to 3 people. Finally got it to 1. We're ready to sign the deal. We fly out to New York. Just amazing. It was such a fun time in life. I had my 4 kids. My wife had just built her company as well. And we're in New York City. And we're going out there to this meeting to sign a life-changing event in my life. And we're with this banker from San Francisco, and me and my business partner, Ethan, who's still my best friend to this day, we go in, and we're actually going into the building, and we're running late to the meeting because we didn't realize that 2 blocks actually takes you 20 minutes to get to. So, when you're in New York City. We go in, and we're running to the elevator, and all of a sudden this lady comes running in too. She's got this huge plate of fruit and all these assortments of stuff. She's like, oh my gosh, come in. She runs into the elevator with us as it's closing, and she gets strawberry sauce and juice all over our banker's jacket and his coat. And he literally loses his mind. He's like, are you freaking kidding me, lady? What is wrong with you? You just got stuff all over me. Like, this suit probably costs more than you make in a month. Are you kidding me? And I'm uncomfortable. I'm like, I would never treat somebody, neither would my business partner. We're like, this is the new guy. He's doing the deal with us. I'm like, oh my gosh, my heart is beating, like in a different way. It was beating like when I was climbing up that hill. So we go up the elevator to the 16th floor. It opens up, and all of a sudden we are in, that door opens up to this huge, beautiful office, which was the private equity group's office. Okay? We go in, this lady is like flustered, her cheeks are red. She's got this huge plate of fruit. He belittles her the whole way up. I'm just like, dude, this cannot be happening. We go in, and the receptionist comes and meets us, and she's like, oh my gosh, Stephanie, so good to see you. Here, let me grab that from you. Oh my heck. Let me take it. John's going to see you now. Guess who we are going to meet with? John. Who do you think she was? Okay. She goes in there, and I'm just like, my heart is racing even higher. I'm just like, oh my gosh, we're about ready to sign this massive deal. We go in, and I'm telling you guys this stuff. This is real stuff. We were sitting out there for probably 10 minutes. It felt like an hour. And just all of us were just sitting there. None of us were talking. We go in, and all of a sudden, John says, if you guys treat my wife like this, I really don't want to do business with you guys. Appreciate you guys flying all the way out here. You see the power of relationships in a positive way and a negative way, things that could happen. So, you think about that. You never know who that person is in the grocery store that you run into. That's why I love what you're doing. Like, be kind to everybody. Be nice to everybody. Learn the velocity of relationships. Learn to get into that state of mind that you treat everybody well. It will make such a massive impact in your life, even when things are bad. Another person, how many of you guys use Salesforce or know the company Salesforce? Raise your hand if you know who Salesforce is. Huge company. Mark Benioff as well. He attended UPW. And our revenues are now over nearly $30 billion in annual sales. Without access to Tony and his teachings, Salesforce.com wouldn't exist today. He sat in one of these business meeting trainings in UPW, and he listened to his program called RPM. It's rapid planning method. He scratched on a napkin his thoughts and ideas for Salesforce. Now, just going to that, it changed everything. And now him and Tony are super close friends. He does Dreamforce that takes over the whole entire place. And it was from that one discussion, that one decision that you make that can change everything in your course. So we're actually launching a program with Tony called the Business Acceleration Program. And you guys can have access to this from them. It really helps you to take massive action. So it gains access to Tony's strategies, his frameworks, all in one place. The Business Acceleration Program, Personal Development Challenge, Masterclass. We have live events with Tony, and it's all designed to push leaders in fortified mindset, expanding, your skill sets and accelerate your massive success. It is built for you. It is built for the small business. We've been doing a lot with the individual consumers, but we are building a program just for small business owners we're taking out to the entire marketplace called Business Accelerator. What it comes with we have the 7 modules that are powerful. It's basically the power of an invincible mindset, how to grow and thrive in any economy or market. Especially just one lesson alone, I watched it and I'm like, it changed me. It's so powerful in what you do. So it's how to grow in this economy. It's how to keep your head right. Our most valuable asset, you guys, is right between our 2 ears. And so being able to do that. And create the ultimate advantage. It's the power of strategy introductions. We have design, marketing, and conversions. The power of the value-add marketing. So Dean is one of the best online marketers I know. He's actually done some amazing of the courses that are in here. And all this course design is something you can have Tony all year round. And so it's part of the training. There's also monthly master classes that come with this as well. And so there are monthly master classes that come. How many of you guys know who Chris Voss is? He is one of my favorites. He is part of there, and he actually does a huge training on negotiation. Dean on marketing. Dave Horsager on building trust. Liz Wiseman. We have the Iron Cowboy. We have tons of other business leaders. Each month, you get access to these business leaders that are going to be teaching and training you as well. There's also going to be, just for all of those small business owners that are in Business Acceleration Program, we actually have a monthly, there's actually going to be a one-time class with Tony that you guys will be able to have access to that, and it'll be a live interactive session with anybody that's in the program as well. And then it also comes with a ticket to UPW, which is coming up, and that's why this is so critical, because it is coming up in Dallas. Kenny, what are the dates in Dallas? So in Dallas, Texas, November 9th to the 12th, you will be there with some amazing people and be able to do that. The UPW program is the one that I talked about that Travis went to and that Mark Benioff went to and myself went to. I've been to it 3 times this year. It's just amazing. And so then also the Business Acceleration Program comes with all of those things that are listed above. And the value of that would be $5,683 for all of the things that we're offering in there. And I've worked it out with Josh too as well, that we're going to be able to do a special offer for you guys that will include all of that. And it's $1,773 to be able to go. So it's $1,773. You get UPW, and then you get all of these courses all year long to be able to have access to Tony the entire year. And then the other thing that it comes with as well is that, again, 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. We are so awesome as a company to take care of people. And so if you'd like to do it, let me bring this up here. If we could do a couple things. I do have the flyers if you want to pass those out. You guys can, so there's one thing that we're going to do here for Josh and the whole entire team at Ultimate Home Lending is that we are able to break it up monthly. So we can do this. It's an annual program. So you can do the one-time fee at $1,773. That will include a ticket to UPW. On the monthly one for $197 a month, that does not include UPW Live, but you could upgrade to that as well. So again, all of that just going to UPW alone will be massively worth it. And so this is part of the program that we have just launched and that we've allowed for your team to be able to take care of. So I would love to have all of you that want to really level up your game. And I have never, ever, ever paid money for coaching or education or training ever in my life. I have only invested in it. I've only invested in myself. I've only invested. I have 2 personal coaches that I work with, and I can't think of anything else better for you guys to go and to really accelerate your businesses than diving into the Business Acceleration Program. Some of the things that I teach you today, some of Tony's frameworks, the GAP, the RPM model, all of the frameworks that he's done over the last 40 years, we've put them all into this one system. So I want you guys, this is an awesome gift for just you guys at Ultimate Home Lending, and we'll have this available for the end of the day. My buddy back here, Kenny, can you stand up for a minute? So we can give it up for Kenny back there, ready to rock and roll. So I want you guys, if you have additional questions, you want to take your whole team to go. If you want to take additional people to go, we can work out some things for you that way as well so that they can also have access to this. But we'd love to see you all there in Dallas in November. Bring your business partners with you. This will be just an amazing opportunity. And for us to be able to do it for these prices is awesome. So I want you guys to think about these things as I wrap up here. Is that little things don't mean a lot. Little things mean everything. As you're building and growing your businesses, learn to do as much as you can for as many people as you can and often as you can, and expect nothing in return. I hope this has been massively valuable for you guys. I want to give it up for Josh back here. Thank you so much for doing this, and the team. I'm around the rest of the day too if you guys need me or have any additional questions. Thank you so much.